Are you happy with your spouse? If not, it is time we learn the language of the laws of the mind. When is the best time to get divorced? Obviously, it is before marriage. But there is nothing wrong in getting out of the place where we feel really uncomfortable. But it is always better to do something well in advance, to find out the root cause of the problem before something is too late. For a marriage to be real, there should be connection between the hearts. And if there is no connection between the hearts, then it is not a real marriage. There are so many people who get married just to live their pride, just for the money, for so many other things. But the author says all these marriages are fake marriages. There was a lady, she told, I'm kind of tired working and I want security, so I want to get married to a man. The author says this is totally wrong. The woman does not need to depend on men for health, peace, safety, security, so many things. Everything is based on that woman, but the only problem was she was not able to understand the laws of the mind. So if she can understand and utilize it, she does not need anybody. Actually, she can get all these things through herself. So make sure, let's understand what is true love. It is basically only the hearts which are to be connected. If that is the case, they will be having sincerity, honesty between each other, and then they will be loyal with each other. The author is saying how we can attract the right husband or a right wife. Basically, you understand what are the characters you are expecting from your spouse, future spouse, or the present spouse. And then you start thinking about those characters, those qualities, and you say that I am getting this qualities in a person and I am going to marry him soon. If you can keep on thinking this over and over again, then slowly it will start manifesting and the right person will come to you automatically. The same concept applies to both male and female. All you have to need to do is to just find out what you exactly want from the opposite sex and then write it down and start saying just before going to sleep that these are the things you need from the opposite sex. And when you keep saying the same thing over and over again, slowly you realize that you actually become that. And once you become that, you start attracting your similar nature, and then slowly the same person will come to you. In most of the places, getting divorced is kind of a bad thing. But if you're totally not happy, if say for example there is a lady and that lady was beaten by her husband and the husband used to drink and take all sorts of drugs, and he was also in jail for a certain time just because of his small practices, and she was kind of thinking, is it really okay to divorce? But then when she met the author said you have to start asking yourself, the subconscious mind. So she started asking herself in the night before she went to sleep, and then she found an answer that it is really not worth to live with a person who is not okay. So then she divorced him and then she married somebody else, and now she is very, very happy. So it all depends upon what is your situation. Divorce is a subjective thing. For somebody it could be good, for somebody it can be bad. So all you have to do is ask yourself. There was another person who was not so good looking, but his wife was pretty nice. He used to feel like she's very beautiful. Maybe I'm not to that level. She might leave me. Maybe she might elope with somebody. He was having these kind of thoughts. Whatever we think, we become, and whatever we think becomes our reality. The same thing started haunting his mind, and finally one day the girl herself said to him that it's time we get divorced. So finally, whatever we fear for happens. Instead of fearing for things which we don't want, we can change our mindset and be optimistic, start appreciating the person, and then everything will go seriously fantastic. Divorce does not happen in the court. It happens in the mind first before the thing actually happens. So before all the things practically happens, you still have time to change your mindset, start praying together and give love. Think positive for them, the opposite sex, and in turn what you give is what you get. The same thing you will get, and finally love starts growing. So make sure you don't think about things which are not required for you. And there was another lady who was kind of nagging her husband. If a lady is nagging her husband, it clearly means that she needs his attention. So all what males have to do is understand that, give her the attention and praise her, and then she will feel happy. But if the lady is still nagging, it means that she wants the male to actually listen and do exactly what she says. But if that is the case, then the author says the person is definitely going to leave her. If your husband is totally not good, it is very, very good to not talk about your husband to your relatives, your friends, except for the good counselor who can actually give good counseling for you and a good advice for you. If you talk bad about your better half, basically what you're trying to do is you are belittling them. And number two, you are trying to talk the negative stuffs of them. Whatever we focus, it expands. So you are focusing on the negative stuff, and then slowly you attract those negative stuff and you become like that. So instead of that, make sure that you don't belittle them, help them, understand them, and try to pray together, and you can have a peaceful life by using the power of your subconscious mind. Since we have seen so many videos about subconscious mind, you should be knowing by now what you're supposed to do if your marriage is in problem. You can use the power of your subconscious mind and you can affirm things what you want. Many times if you say the same thing, the subconscious mind will understand that that is true and it will start manifesting it. So whatever you want in your life, start asking, you will get whatever you have asked. So sharing is caring. Put it in the comment box what are the things you liked about this video. Bye.